Hey, what's up, cats and kittens? And shout out to all my cerebral lights. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, back with another episode of In the Loop. And before we go another further, make sure you stop and hit that subscribe button. Stop coming over here and listening to my videos, watching my videos, what have you, and not taking the time to give me the courtesy of a subscription. I see you, and I want you to know that I see you. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to find that subscribe button. Nope. A little bit to the left. Okay, lower. There you go. All right, thank you. I appreciate you for giving me the courtesy of a subscription. All right, you guys. So now that we have that, all the business out of the way, let's talk about Steve Harvey. This new Steve Harvey. We're not talking about old school Steve Harvey from the Steve Harvey show with that adorable Merlin Santana that I used to have the biggest crush on. God rest his soul. We're talking about this new Hollywood Steve Harvey who doesn't like direct eye contact, who sees his employees as minions, as peasants who are not allowed to breathe the same air as him. This is a different Steve Harvey has gone Hollywood. So it looks like Steve Harvey is actually being accused of murder. Now, not a literal murder. We're talking about a spiritual murder. Steve Harvey, whose ex-wife, I don't want to make fun of mental illness, and I'm definitely not here to speak in defense of Steve Harvey, but something about this lady is a little bit off kilter to me. She seems like she's not in a place where she's ready to let go. She seems, if there was ever a case of a bitter ex, she seems to epitomize that. Now, I wasn't in a relationship with Steve Harvey, but based on the email that he sent to his employees, if that's any indication of how he treats people that help him along the way, I could probably understand why this woman is a little bitter. Because that email was very insightful into the character and disposition of the true Steve Harvey. So anyhow, you guys, these two were divorced back in 2015, and that was a very bitter divorce. And Steve has since moved on. He's since married, and he's taken his show from Chicago to Hollywood. And so I think Mary, her life is probably sort of on pause right now when she's watching all of these things happen for Steve. And it's a little difficult for her to sort of sit on the sideline and watch that. So, she's actually filing a lawsuit, and in the lawsuit that was filed on Wednesday, she says that she's still feeling the ill effects from the battle and that she feels suicidal and she self-medicates to cope with the nasty breakup. So the gist of the lawsuit is that Mary feels that she's been emotionally and physically destroyed after losing her son and her business and also the joy of Mother's Day, which is sort of sad. My heart definitely goes out to her. I'm sure with Mother's Day just passing, it's probably a very difficult time of the year for her. Not just losing your son, but losing your marriage and losing the life that you thought you'd have forever. So my heart goes out to her. She's suing Steve for child endangerment, torture, conspiracy against rights, kidnapping, murder, breach of contract, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. That's a lot. I'll give it to you guys one more time. She's suing Steve for child endangerment, torture, conspiracy against rights, kidnapping, murder, breach of contract, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Now, this suit was not filed by an actual lawyer. It was filed by a woman who's saying that she's her civil rights representative, if you will, or a civil rights activist. I just think Mary needs a hug. I think Mary needs a lot of hugs. I think Mary needs to move on. I think Mary needs to let this go, because until she lets this go and moves on with her own life, she's just going to be the bitter ex. The bitter ex. And that's not to say that there's not any merit to anything that she's saying. But ultimately, I personally believe that happiness is something that you claim for yourself. Happiness does not come courtesy of your partner. It does not come courtesy of Steve Harvey. It is a gift that you give to yourself. And so at this point, Steve has proven that he can be very cold and callous. Very cold and callous. So I believe to a large degree that this woman may have been emotionally traumatized in the relationship with Steve. like I said, if that letter that he sent to his employees the other day is any idea into the psychology, the pathology of Steve Harvey, then I can see why she's fractured. But my hope is that, having lost her son, having lost her marriage, that she really finds the strength to just move on with her life and realize that we all see Steve for who he is. And we know, Mary, that he's not the guy we all once believed him to be. So anyhow, you guys, as always, in closing, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to follow me across all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. I'm everywhere. As always, in closing, you guys, remember to live better, love harder, and think smarter. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day.